very, there's a lot of people with a lot of power that are star behind Mystico on technical side. And, he's 24 years old, so he's the young star, and they put him, and they just match that the idea was to me on, and he beat him clean in it with a kind of like a 450 senton deal type thing after the double springboard moonsault to the floor, which was unbelievable setup. They're both on the top rope. I mean, it's like that move, that double springboard, he's just and everything. Suddenly he's running down the ramp, and there he is, and the guy's up on the floor, but there's and the guy's on the floor, but there's so much going on, and you don't see it being set. I mean, you do see it sort of being set up, but it's much more difficult in the singles. So what they did, they were both on the top ropes, and essentially they lost their balance, and Moscow Dorado flies off to the spot that you are to catch that move, and Neon flies backwards to the ramp in the exact same spot that you take off, but the way it was done, it's like it was so natural and perfect, because it's like I knew they were going to do that move, and it's like, how do you set that up in a singles match with the other guy not looking like a goof, just standing there for 15 seconds? And it's like what you do is you knock him down, and then how's the other guy get over there? And he did. It was so good. That match, everybody's been raving about that match. That match was, just so good, so good. And then they had Mystico and Hechicero, and it was a lightning match, so it was like 10-minute time limit. And they were about, I think they were about 8 to 10 seconds shy, and Mystico got the Mystico on him, and won by submission, when again, you think it's going to be a draw. So that was really good too. Not like the match, they did a singles match a couple months ago, which was also a tournament final. That was unreal, but they also, I think, went 26 minutes. So this one wasn't like that, but I mean, it was still top notch, really good stuff. All right, so AAA also sold out on Friday night head-to-head, a smaller building, but still sold out. And then Arena Coliseo against the WWE show also sold out. So we had either 3 or 4 sellouts. They're on fire there. The AAA show, Dominic went down there, and it was funny. Dominic ran in with a mask, and it looks like Dominic is going to be challenging for the AAA Mega Championship against Vikingo. He attacked him and he unmasked. So he's totally heel, right? The minute he unmasks, the place goes crazy. I mean, crazy. Everyone's cheering. Everyone's cheering. And the same thing with Grande Americano. Like, everybody cheered that guy. It was just like, it doesn't matter. Babyface heel, you're from WWE and you're on a AAA show. It's like NXT. It's like, it's just really, really big. The sale is, we're at that point now. Sale could go through any day now. It's going to be July, August, and we're getting into August. So, I don't know the day it goes through, but it's about to go through. And then they announced Triple Mania will be on YouTube worldwide live. So they didn't get a deal, but I mean it's short time and everything like that. But they, to their credit, they want this is where their way, I guess that's what I was talking about with the real American freestyle. Like they're running on a streaming service that nobody gets, and I mean they're probably getting some money. I can't imagine it's much on Fox Nation, but to me, like you're kicking off a new promotion, I mean, you need to get the most people watching possible, and that's YouTube. And for WWE, like, if they could sell this thing and put it on a streaming service or get it on Peacock or something like this, Peacock, all their fans do get Peacock, so and it is a sizable service. That's not the worst thing, but whatever it is, they're putting that thing on for free. The Triple Mania, not on Triller. They want people to access this show for free and promote it. They're already promoting it, and usually, like, these shows are only promoted in the last week. This is August 16th, so they're promoted a couple weeks at a time. So anyway, and Dom, so I think it was it's maybe Vikingo against Dominic.
That's a four-way.
It's a four-way host, isn't it?
It's El Grande, Vikingo, Dom, and
Is there a score? No, that score's lower in the card.
Dragon Lee, El Grande, Vikingo, and Dominic.
Yeah, Dragon Lee.
Yeah, so four guys.
Yeah.
All right, before we get to Collision...
Do you have the rest of the card?
I'll find it here. Why don't you tell us about Ryzen while I get it?
Oh, Ryzen, sure. Like, I saw a lot of Tokyo Dome on for their show. So it was like 43,000 people. So MMA is in Japan. The Japanese version of MMA is still pretty hot right now. Boxing, man, last night's boxing on ESPN. It's so mind-boggling to me. It is the final, boxing series on television for the first time since the advent of TV in 1947. There has always been some boxing series on TV. When I grew up, there were boxing from the Olympic and boxing from the Forum every week, and a wide world of sports had boxing, and there's so much, right? And of course, we're going through the HBO era, and they dropped it, and Showtime dropped it, and then the BBC was getting these network slots, and they dropped it, and ESPN Top Rank Boxing was the last one, and ESPN chose not to renew. That's where I was sort of, the one thing with that, ESPN not renewing Top Rank, which did not do bad ratings. Their ratings were pretty decent, even good. I would say good for the time slot. But they just didn't renew it because they're, basically ESPN's doing cutbacks, and I think that's where, there is, you do have to have some concern about AEW in the next deal, just because, this was a higher rated show, and they didn't renew it. So, you just never know. And then without it, I don't know what's going to happen with any of these promotions right now. TKO's, it feels like TKO's just going to start their company and take over and use their power to get the legislation changed, create their own world championships, and basically have a UFC model and boxing.
All right, we don't have a Triple Mania card yet, so no full card. All right, we got to talk about Collision and SmackDown, as we talked about earlier. The story of the Collision show is lots of good wrestling, but not a lot of big stars, and SmackDown was a lot of big stars and not a lot of good wrestling. So, put the two shows together, and you got wrestling and star power, but you have to watch 4 hours. The Collision show had Dustin Rhodes beating Lee Moriarty for the TNT title, which was a good match. Dustin pinned him with a cradle as Lee tried to figure four. And then Don Callis and Kyle Fletcher came out, and they announced that next week, live on Collision on Thursday, it will be the title match. Dustin is putting the title on the line against Kyle Fletcher in a Chicago street fight.
I think everyone pretty much expects Kyle to win this one. And he should. It's good to give Dustin a defense. I thought he was really good in this match. He's mostly selling. He's got the legit bad knees. They worked on the knees, limping and everything. Big knee brace on. But when he did his comeback, he did, his stuff all looked really good on his comeback. I thought Lee Moriarty's working on the leg was good. It felt to me watching it was the kind of use a real wrestling fan, but it's not the kind of a match I think that, like, someone who's just kind of flipping around. By the end there was some good heat and everything, but that kind of start, I don't know. I just, like, I'm watching it going like, the crowd's not really that into it, and it's not, early on, and it's not really big star power. We'll see how it does. As far as the actual wrestling, the working of the wrestling, I thought it was very good.
Showed clips of Colton blowing out his knee in a match last week, and he grabbed the side of his leg and went down, and that did not look good.
No, not at all. Not at all. Hey, by the way, Tony did the Hulk Hogan thing. That whole everything has just been really sad. I would say the whole.
Explain everything you're talking about right now. What did Tony do?
He did Tony Schiavone did a very nice.
Oh, Tony. I'm talking about Tony Khan. Yes.
Yeah, Tony Schiavone.
Tony Schiavone did a speech, which I thought was very interesting because
it was very nicely done.
They did not do this for the crowd. This was only for the TVs at home. And he was very specific when he said that a lot of these wrestlers you see, they appear to be larger than life. But at the end of the day, they're human beings, and it's incredibly difficult for their friends and families. We wish all the best to his wife and his children. Rest in peace, brother.
Yeah.
So,
well, he took the emotion. We've all gone through it. When you lose a family member, it sucks. It sucks, and there's no way around it. And that was the tack that he took, and it was a good tack to take. Just bring it, to that. Talk about it in that way. Because it's a tough subject. No matter what you say.
Well, it was clever because he talked about Hogan as a wrestler being larger than life. But then when it got to the personal stuff, he made sure to instead focus not on Hogan, but on his friends and family.
Yeah.
Because whatever you think about Hulk Hogan, his friends and family, they deserve sympathy. They had a loss.
Absolutely.
So they addressed that, and I thought it was very, very nice what they did and how they did it.
Yes. One of my friends who works for a major newspaper did a story on Hogan and said he has never, I don't want to say never, but he could not believe the amount of negativity he got. It was just a regular story, on Hogan. Just by people who, I bring it up. And it was very basic. It wasn't even anything big. It was the negativity he got. He just told me it was just like he couldn't.
Well, what did he write? What were they angry about?
It's just the truth. His life, the truth. Everything that you would know.
It is a situation where I think people that do not like Terry Bollea one bit would be very upset if you only talked about all of these great things. But for the people that really liked Hulk Hogan, they did not want that brought up when he passed away.
If you're a reporter,
of course you have to talk about everything.
You can't not do that.
Well, of course, but the point is you're still going to get that blowback from people that...
Oh, you're going to get it from both sides. Look, on Thursday, I remember